Honorable admiration, all my good brothers and sisters of the feeling. Yeah, we're going dark. We're going real dark. You know, many came into the communities, whether it's American Indian, Native American, or Aboriginal, and majority are people who were told by their, parents or relatives. We'll just say relatives, family members, or whatever. We'll just say relatives instead. And these relatives told them that, you're from here. But 9 times out of 10, they said Native American, if not 10. 9 times out of 10, they said Indian. But none of them ever said Aboriginal. So there's a conflict between Aboriginal, American Indian, and Native American. And I understand the conflict, but when you dig into the culture and tradition, you have to deal with certain things. You're dealing with customs, right? You're dealing with habit, right? So custom and habit, those are things immediately someone outside would come in and see. Okay. Then there's food, right? That's how you're gonna live. You have your customs, your habit, your food. These are comprising constructs of our ancestors. I mean, going back 100 to 200 years, what anyone would have saw, especially in the 1870s. Pick those 1870s. I picked that span of 10 years for a reason. So, in this time, that none are following the customs, the habits, and eating the food. Majority of the food that we eat, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grain, organic, non-organic, or GMO or whatever, most of them are actually hybrid. So there's a separation. Custom habit is one thing. Food is a big thing. If you don't know the food of your great, 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 great grandparents, then there's a big piece of knowledge and information that you're missing. Custom habit, food. These are very important. Clothing. The type of clothes that we were making. What type of clothes did your great, 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 great grandparents wear? Now, I'm making this video like this for a reason, because many people are under the impression that, Lotus is against the Native Americans. Lotus has issues with American Indians. Lotus has issues with Aboriginals. It's not that. It's just that I wasn't just taught, oh, yeah, you got Native American ancestry. Oh, yeah, you have Indian ancestors. No, I have pictures of the ones who are from here, which would be called Aboriginal. I have pictures of my ancestors who are Native Americans. There's a difference in custom, habit, food, and clothing. Big difference. So I know the difference. And what I see is many people in all three, Native American, American Indian, and Aboriginal, are actually using the language, or we'll just say they're using the habit, they're using the custom, they're using the food, and they're using the clothing of the Native American. Okay? They're not using the custom, habit, food, and clothing of the Aboriginal, but they call themselves Aboriginal, or they call themselves American Indian. They're greeting each other Halito Osio, but Halito Osio is a Native American greeting. Now, I may be the person that's like, oh, I'm petty. Oh, I'm taking things too far. Oh, you're going too deep. But details matter. Details matter in a big way. It matter in a big way. So if you can't give me the custom, the habit, the food, the clothing of your great, great grandparents with just the name. And 9 times out of name that they actually gave themselves, you're using the name that was put on paper in the 20th century. So there's a big difference, y'all. There's a very big difference. And because details matter, and I am all about the details, that many people don't want to deal with the details. So you see my thumbnail. I gave everyone the proper name, our proper name. It's right there. Like, you guys can't comprehend. And if you can't comprehend, I understand. If you have a 70 to 90 IQ, I get it, I understand that. Then you're information blocking. So the problem I have is that people are information blocking and they're giving you some custom habit, food and clothing. And the one after that is even worse, because then you're talking about building, food, shelter, clothing, which the food and clothing has already been mentioned. Now we're talking about shelter. So if you're going around saying, oh, we built these tar structures and the way this stuff looks, then I know you do not know anything about what our ancestors built and how we built things and how they originally were and how they were facaded after 1870s. Again, I say those years 1870 for a major reason, because I have compared and contrasted what my ancestors have passed down. I'm not going by some Tartar. There was no such thing as Tartaria or Tartarian being spoken in utter on a great scale until Anatolia Flamenco. There wasn't. And he's exposing the history's fake and giving you the history of that. I'm telling y'all, 1870s, 1860 muds, 1870s, y'all. Look into this, pay attention. Vaudevilles, mill shows. Yes. So being that I'm the one to get information, I'm the one that's been putting this out, that all Tartarian buildings are something that was built recently, facading, rebuilding, reconstructing over the original structures. That's because my Craig ancestors were the ones who were doing this. My Craig ancestors did that from Indiana to California, to Pasadena, California. My ancestors were there to help rebuild it, okay? So you can't give me a compare and contrast like that. All you can give me is some Anatolia Flamenco flunky who makes some videos talking about Tartarian. And then they're really saying everyone was looking like Hillary Clinton, who was Tartarian. And then some of them say, oh no, they were actually the African Americans. They're doing that now to trick y'all. What is the reason for the trick? Don't for it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Saying Halito, Osio, and all these old Native American greetings and talking about things that they'll say show some Native American face doing. And you're trying to take credit for it. And I've been sharing the book for a long time. Been sharing the book since 2013. Small Nation of People. Small people. No one knew about the Coleman Manufacturing Factory until I showed it out of a small nation of people. That's the only one. There's hundreds of different things in that book explaining how we live, explaining our stuff. So, but I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for the subscribers. I'm not to be your guru. I don't want y'all to wake up in the morning and think, we're waiting for Lotus. Nah, I'm the drill sergeant, man. When y'all ready for some hit cardio knowledge, when y'all ready for some ab superset knowledge, when y'all ready for some thinking on a left brain hurt and you can't sleep for 48 hours until you got the information down and done, when y'all ready for that, that's when you come learn from Lotus. But if y'all want this candy bar knowledge, somebody dancing all in the video, you got these other channels. And that's what it is. That's the only issue. That's the really only issue. If anyone says they had an ancestor that was on the reservations and they talking about the 19th century, they're not talking about no damn roll, okay? They're talking about the stuff that we had, that you'll see in a small nation of people. The Coleman Manufactory where the people lived, that was a reservation, okay? It wasn't called reservation at that time. But the only way you're gonna get the real name It's going into the Seneca dictionary. If you're going to use any dictionary, any other language, you're wrong. It's Gawi all day. It's not Gawi, Gari. It's not from here. It's pure Native American. No, I have Native American ancestry. I have Aboriginal ancestry. I know the difference. Y'all need to stop confusing the two. Okay? Let's make this loud and clear. This is where I stand. Exactly where I stand. And how do I know about stuff like hieroglyphs? My ancestors made that shit. That's how I know.